Beloved, to be fair to all women who has given all what it entails to make our world a better place, you deserve to be praised. How would our world look like without women's sacrifice? I can't imagine a world without women's contributions. No wonder in Proverbs chapter 31, King Lamech's mother says that her contribution to make our world a better place is far above what anyone can quantify. Her worth is more than monetary value. Now, beloved, come to imagine how it will look like, how it will look if all women in the whole world are to go on a vacation for a week. The whole world will be miserable. There is no gainsaying. The beauty of our world is in the hands of women. Beloved, I believe that all women are virtuous. They are virtuous. If they are fortunate to marry their ordained husband, they all have something to offer if they got it right in the area of marriage. Brethren, behind a pleasant and peaceful society, we must find women. They have sacrificed for our safety, progress, comfort, unity. Beloved, today's message is what I titled Women Sacrifice. The women of sacrifice. Love. The message is divided into 6 points. The message is divided into 6 points. The first point is what I call woman. Woman. Beloved, the motive of God for creating woman is to help. And to help means to do good. And obviously, you can't do good without sacrifice. Genesis chapter 2 verse 18. Genesis chapter 2 verse 18 says, "And the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him." Beloved, in other words, God is saying that it is bad for a man to be alone on earth without woman. He says a world without contribution of woman will be a miserable world. So God created woman because he observed that man needs help. He does that because he noticed that man can't meet up to his expectation on earth without woman. God could have created man to help Adam because the help of man to man has limit. They can't procreate. But God created woman for man. Genesis chapter 2 verse 21 to 25. Genesis chapter 2 verse 21 to 25 says, "And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof, and the rib which the Lord God has taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. Beloved, the advent of woman brought help to our world. Adam must be a happy man when woman came into his life. He must experience progress, peace, joy, rest of mind. Beloved, you will agree with me that a man and woman will live happily without outsiders' influence. Outsiders are your mother, father, relative. Beloved, the first time outsider came in between Adam and Eve brought our world into the mess and confusion we are into now. Beloved, the best of woman could be seen when she is free from outsiders' intervention in our marriage. Genesis chapter 3, Genesis chapter 3, verse 1 to 6. Genesis chapter 3, verse 1 to 6 say, Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God has made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, as God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for God does know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as God, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired, to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. Beloved, Adam and his wife Eve enjoy perfect relationship with God. They both carry out their role as instructed by God until outsider, serpent, the devil, came in between them and caused disorderliness. Beloved, do away with outsiders in your marriage. Point number 2 is what I call sacrifice. Sacrifice. As you can't make an omelette without breaking few eggs, so likewise you can't make our world a better place without sacrificing your interest. You must sacrifice your interest for safety. You must sacrifice your interest for your progress. You must sacrifice your interest for unity. You must sacrifice your interest for peace and development. Beloved, woman has sacrificed all to see that it well in our societies and in each families. They have sacrificed a lot. Their contribution is great. I stand to be corrected. God never created woman to run their personal interest. He never. But He creates her to help her husband to achieve a collective goals by sacrificing what she has. Brethren, there is no individual interest of husband and wife, no personal agenda in a family setting. An injury to one is an injury to all, and a blessing to one is equally a blessing to all. And both must sacrifice to see progress in their family. Let us consider the Naboth and Abigail sacrifice. Beloved, an injury to Naboth is an injury to Abigail. Abigail, the wife of Naboth, never lived an unconcerned attitude to her husband, even though her husband is a man of Belial. 1 Samuel chapter 25, verse 25. She never has any personal agenda other than to see that her husband do the right thing in the interest of her family. She sees the offense of her husband as her offenses, and her husband trespasses as hers. She runs no hidden agenda outside her husband. Beloved, this simple truth: you can't be a good woman when you run an hidden agenda. Abigail says to King David, in 1 Samuel chapter 25, 1 Samuel chapter 25, 1 Samuel chapter 25, verse 24. And when Abigail saw David, she hasted and lighted off the house and fell before David on her face, and bowed herself to the ground, and fell at his feet, and said, Upon me, my Lord, upon me, let this iniquity be, and let thy handmaid, I pray thee, speak in thy audience, and hear the word of thy handmaid. Beloved, Abigail would have died, so she, for the iniquity of her husband, if not that she took upon herself to do the right thing. If not, she took upon herself to sacrifice for the interest of her family. Beloved, Abigail sacrificed what she has for the safety of her family. Beloved, any woman who never sees that an injury to her husband is an injury to herself is likely to be a victim of unexpected misfortune. Beloved, it is better for woman not to marry at all than to marry and run a separate mission, an hidden mission, separate pot, separate this and that outside your husband. Beloved sisters, the Lord don't see your business as yours, but as your husband. Don't see your money as yours, but as your husband. Don't see anything as yours alone. If you desire to have an happy home, a man, you can't sacrifice what you have. A man, you can't sacrifice what you had for. Don't bother yourself to marry him. Stay single until you are ready to sacrifice for your family well-being. Now, beloved, the mission of woman on earth is to help, us to beautify our world. And the beauty of pen is seen. The beauty of pen is seen in the hand of the writer. So also the beauty of our society can only be seen most of the time in the hands of woman. In Genesis chapter 2, God sees that it is not good for man to be alone on earth, and he creates woman to make all things good for man. He creates woman to be his helper. So the absence of woman on earth make it a bad place for any man to live. If God could say it is not good, then it means it is bad. Genesis chapter 2 verse 18. And the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmate for him. My beloved brothers and sisters, man alone on earth does not make our world a better place to live in. A world without woman is a bad world. Point number 3 is what I call the potential in woman. Potential in woman. Genesis chapter 2 verse 18. Genesis chapter 2 verse 18 says, and the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmate for him. Here God sees the need to help man, and he created an helper, woman. So all women have potential to render help. All women have potential to render help to man. Now, God can't make an helper to be a burden. Women are not a burden to a man, but an helper. Woman came into a man's life to render assistance. All women are good once they are in the hands of a good man, ordained husband. Proverbs chapter 31 verse 10. Proverbs chapter 31 verse 10 says, who can find a virtuous woman? Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. Beloved, when you are finding a virtuous woman, make sure that you are a righteous man. Otherwise, you won't see. Don't go about looking. Don't go about looking for who you are not. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 11. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 11 says, the heart of her husband dwelleth safely, trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. Beloved, King Solomon's mother says, women are created to be trusted once they are in the hand of a trusted man. Women are bound to be trusted once they are free from influence of outsiders. Brethren, when you see a man going up and down to spoil his wife, two things must be responsible. It is either the man is not trusted or the woman is influenced by outsiders. The outsider may be a mother, father, friends. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 12. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 12 say, she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. Beloved, I tell you, women have good potential to offer. The problem has always been a man being good to her. A good man will always bring good things out of a woman, while a bad man will always bring bad things out of a woman. Beloved, point number 4. Point number 4 is what I call life and woman. Life and woman. Beloved, woman, they are advised to see life like a camera. All women are advised to see life as a camera. Focus on what importance, capture the good time, and develop from the negative. You are asked to channel your attention on things that could echo to eternity. Don't focus on fables. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 30. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 30 says, favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Here, all women that fear God deserve to be praised. So, women are not praised by beauty. They are not praised by their beauty, their dress, hairstyle. All of these never deserve praises. So fear of the Lord attracted praise to all women, not their outside appearance. Of course, I'm not saying you should wear rag. 1 Timothy chapter 2, 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9 to 11. 1 Timothy, 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9 to 11 says, and I want women to be model in their appearance. They should wear decent and appropriate clothing and not draw attention to themselves by the way they fix their hair, or by wearing gold or pearls or expensive clothes. For women who claim to be devoted to God should make themselves attractive by the good things they do. Women should learn quietly and submissively. Beloved, here Apostle Paul says that all women ought to focus on how to please God in their mode of dressing. They should dress decently by putting on appropriate clothing. He also condemned wearing gold or pearls or expensive clothes to intimidating other believers. Women's appearance should be model, godly in appearance. Apostle Paul is saying women should do all things to show the fear of God. My beloved sisters, don't cause divided attention in the church. Don't let men lose his control. Don't let men lose control because of what you put on. Point number 5 is what I call women priorities. Women priorities. Beloved, the blueprint of women's priority is found in Genesis chapter 2 verse 18. Blueprint for all women is found in Genesis chapter 2 verse 18. And the Lord God said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helpmate for him." The helpmate means helpers, partner, ally, colleague, associate, supporter. One of the women's priority on earth is to be an helper to their husband. They are to be a helper to their husbands, children, neighbors, societies, nation, and the whole world at large. The help of a woman is not limited to her husband alone and her family alone. It is not in cooking and childbearing alone. For instance, Abigail's priority in Nabal's house is not limited to cooking alone. She helped in providing safety to the entire family. The whole family of Nabal would have been destroyed by King David if not the help of Abigail. 1 Samuel chapter 25, verse 34. Beloved, when Haman plans to destroy the whole Jews, the woman Esther came to their rescue. Esther chapter 7, verse 3 to 10. She helped to silence the destroyer. We need the help of women in societies. We need their help in finance. We need their help in politics, in agriculture, and in church as well. Another priority of women on earth is to partner with man to get something done. Partner with man to get something done. It does not necessarily mean her husband alone. It could be anybody. Beloved, man couldn't meet up to God's expectation. That was why he created an helpmate for him. There wouldn't be any need to create helper if Adam has been able to measure up to God's expectation. So God creates woman in order to partner with man to measure up to his expectation. Adam alone couldn't meet up to God's desire on earth. So God create Eve to partner with Adam in taking care of the Garden of Eden. Now, brethren, we need woman to partner with man in churches, in business, in evangelism, agriculture. Men alone will not be able to measure up to the desire of God. Beloved, Queen Esther partner with the Mordecai. He partnered with Mordecai before the deliverance of Jew was made possible. Esther chapter 4, verse 1 to 17. Mordecai alone couldn't save the Jew from destruction. He needs the help of woman to save his people from the hand of Haman. Beloved, my beloved brethren, if we don't want to experience a setback in this generation, we must ensure that all women partners with men. Rahab, the harlot, need to partner with the young men that was sent by Joshua to spy the land of Jericho for her safety and the member of her family. Joshua chapter 6, verse 1 to 25. The same Rahab, the harlot, partner with the men of war in order to deliver victory to Joshua. Another priority of women is to see men as their colleague on earth. No discrimination in the kingdom, no gender barriers. Christ died for all. We are all the same. All women should work together with men to fulfill the mandate of God on earth. Another priority of all women in the kingdom is to associate. They are not to live in isolation. Men and women should work together without unlawful thought, intention, lust, pride. No one should esteem oneself above the other. Philippians chapter 2, verse 3. Philippians chapter 2, verse 3 says, "Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves." Beloved, coming together of men and women is expected to promote God's assignment, that is, the gospel of Christ. Point number 6. Point number 6 is what I call women's rights. All women's rights. The right of all women shouldn't be deprived for no reason. They have equal right with men, even though their right is limited by their strength. But we still have women like men. Now, the rights of women are gradually taken for granted because they are called weaker vessels. But we still have women of strong vessel who could go the same mile with men. Beloved, God has never denied women equal right with men, but their strength does. The right of daughters of Zelophehad, Malach, Noah, Ogla, Micah, and Tizer could have been taken for granted as many other women before them has been deprived if they have been a weaker vessel. Numbers chapter 27 verse 2 to 8. Numbers chapter 27 verse 2 to 8 says, "And they stood before Moses and before Eleazar the priest and before the princes and all the congregation by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, saying, Our father died in the wilderness, and he was not in the company of them that gathered themselves together against the Lord in the company of Korah, but died in his own sin, and had no sons. Why should the name of our father be done away from among his family, because he has no son? Give unto us, therefore, a possession among the brethren of our father." And Moses brought their case before the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, The daughter of Zelophehad speak right. Thou shalt surely give them a possession of an inheritance among their father's brethren, and thou shalt cause the inheritance of their father to pass unto them. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a man die and have no son, then ye shall cause his inheritance to pass unto his daughter. Beloved, the daughter of Zelophehad rose up for their right. They were not intimidated by the presence of God's servant Moses, Eleazar the priest, princes, and all the congregation. They even came out and stood by the door of the tabernacle of congregation. They fear no one. Beloved, can we still find women like daughters of Zelophehad in this generation who could not hold their peace until their right is recognized and approved? Brethren, if daughter of Zelophehad has held their peace and fold their hands, doing nothing about the whole situation, even God himself will do nothing about it. If they have fold their hand and doing nothing about the whole situation, God himself will never do anything about the law of inheritance being passed to the daughters. The action of daughters of Zelophehad propelled God into action. They caused God to amend the law to their favor. Beloved, you are the one who could probably fight for your right, not God. Awake to your responsibility. May God bless you as you take it upon yourself to fight for your right. God bless you.